Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul. If you ain't been there before, make sure you like and subscribe if you like the content. And if you have already liked the content, big up yourself. Going to be joined by D in a very short while, probably in 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. You know, that's how many goals his team conceded last weekend. Might be today as well. Can't say the same. Obviously joined by Ches, who will be filling in tonight. Well, today even. He might even be around a little bit more. So get used to Ches. Chelsea support, if you don't know, get to know. Big up Ches. And then we got Lewis, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be diving into a little bit about the derby more than most games. Big weekend, man. Everyone's a Man United supporter this weekend, right? Other than City fans. Yeah. Chelsea fans, maybe not.
You need to go above you in the table. It's getting ridiculous. You man are so crap.
See, this is what I'm saying. All the red lot want Man United to win. Even Liverpool fans want Man United to win. Don't lie to yourselves. All the blue lot probably want you lot to win. That's just the way it is. Wait, what's this? Partey and Jesus out for weeks. What? This is new. This is news to me. Let me double check.
Who said that?
Someone said that in the comments. Let me double check that for you.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Arteta expecting Partey and Jesus to be out for a few weeks.
Swear down.
What do you mean? Partey's just come back. He's just come back. How is he out already?
Well, he played international the other day.
That makes no sense. That makes no for me, it doesn't make no sense. Right? I don't understand that part. But yeah, all right. Well, we'll dive into the Arsenal Sheffield game and what it can mean. Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea as well, if their run can continue and so forth and so forth. But when D comes, I'm going to be updating the predictions table. I'm going to be doing something new for gold members as well. I'm going to be bringing out a prediction table as well. So if you're a gold member and you're in the WhatsApp group and you'd like to join, you have to be in the WhatsApp group because otherwise I can't keep track of you all, can I? So if you are and you're a gold member, then I'm going to be doing a prediction league and then we'll see points a bit like FPL. I'm smashing a lot of views in FPL, so I need a new challenge. Yeah. But Lewis, man, good week for you. What are you saying, man? You must be in general, you must be quite happy other than your rant earlier.
No, happy, bro. Happy things are back on track now that Rodri's back in the team. You know what I mean? We took a little bit of a wrong turn when he got suspended, but yeah, we're back on the right path now and are moving well. We played sick against
YB,
yeah, and we played sick against Leipzig. Rodri back into the team in both of those, so no real surprise there. So yeah, man. But listen, we got to win the game on Sunday. Obviously, Arsenal have got an easy game against Sheffield United. They're going to get the 3 points, so they'll be 3 points clear of City by the time we play you. And yeah, we got to win the game. And obviously, last year was a bit of a weird one because, you know, obviously the controversy with the referee.
Definitely onside, by the way.
Yeah, whatever. City didn't really play very well anyway in that game. But I expect a different match on Sunday. I think we'll do it this time. I think our defense will set us off on a better footing than they did last year. So yeah, but things are a lot better, bro. A couple of weeks ago, man, it was
yeah. Cass, why is Daps in your garden in a Batman costume? No, he's not. What are you on about? He's at work. But yeah, man, what are you saying, Ches, man? Chelsea, you must be you're still annoyed, isn't it?
Bro, I'm still vexed. I'm messaging you after. I was so annoyed.
Oh, that's why you didn't come on, yeah, really?
Yeah. No. I wouldn't escape out. But yeah, man. Apparently, you man see the Nkuku news. Potts expects him back.
Go on.
He said basically he's optimistic he'll come back for after November break. So for me, that is massive considering I think we've got Brighton, Man U, and Newcastle around that time. So if Nkuku could come back for that, then boy, like I wouldn't be like so upset about our attack. Even though it's got better, I want Nkuku back because obviously he's a great player.
So he's going to be back early then?
Bro, it looks like he's back earlier than expected. People thought it would be like January time, but looks like he's going to start training physically like with the team and doing cardio and that like from like soon, maybe next week or something. So
this must be an injury update. I can also give an injury update for people that don't know. Wan-Bissaka's back next week. There you go.
What difference is that going to make, really?
It will lock up your winger. That's what he'd do.
Nah, he won't.
What?
No, he about?
What?
What wing are you talking about? You're talking about
All of them. Tell me, I've seen only one player twist up Wan-Bissaka, yeah. Who was it? One player, I think it was against. I can't remember who it was. This one, he was going left, right. He was just turning him inside out, right? No other players actually twist up Wan-Bissaka, bro. Like, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing here? Like,
no, but are you saying the drop off from Dalot to Wan-Bissaka is massive?
I said nobody's getting past Wan-Bissaka.
I think Dalot offers more going forward, though.
I don't think Dalot's even that good going forward. I'll be real. I think he's good in build up, but that's it.
But he's better than Wan-Bissaka going forward, though.
I think that's a myth. He's technically more sound, but I would say Wan-Bissaka offers more overall. Personally, in it, I'm not even gonna do. I'm not here to debate it. We're gonna miss him against Jack Grealish, but I think Dalot's on decent form at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's a great player, but he's doing
the technical ability in the world, and he can't even cross a ball. I'll never understand that, Lewis. How can you be a professional footballer and don't know how to cross a ball?
Because there's loads of people that don't know how to cross a ball, bro. I don't know, man. Maybe crossing a ball is more difficult than we make out.
Professional footballers, they kick ball every single day.
But bro, it's the same as corners, man. How many bad corners do you see like nowadays who can't even beat the first man time after time after time? Like our club is renowned for having absolutely dog corners, man. None of our players can get the ball past the first man. We've had that issue for time, so I don't know, man. It's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna update before D joins. I'm just gonna say it because you know what? Who cares? Prediction table, right? In first place is Tyrone. He's got 7 points at the moment. He actually predicted 2 scores correct. Lucky dickhead. After that, it's me and Mons joined on 5 points each. So we're joined second, as that's what Arsenal fans like to say when they were with Tottenham, when that don't make sense. And then joint third is D and LB on 3 points. There you go.
Yeah, I think I've done some of my predictions for the content, man.
Yeah. Oh, is that the one? He said. The one LB messed up on. He said Chelsea game. Everyone messed up on that. Everyone thought Arsenal was going to win, even though some of us had a hunch that they might draw. And then the Sheffield Man United game, LB said that Man United would lose 1-0. That's where.
You know what I mean? That's for the content, bro. If you just told me it was serious, I would have given you a serious score, man. You can't just give me the table next week and be like, LB don't know ball. You know what I mean? I'm trying to generate a laugh or two, bro.
I didn't say that.
That's the lie, bro. Numbers don't lie, innit?
Numbers don't lie. It's right there, LB. Yeah, it's right there. But you got a chance to redeem yourself after we go through some of them later. The table is me. Well, Ty's already given his predictions. Mons is about to give me his predictions since he's not here. He's taking a break till Sunday. And then obviously D and that when he ends up joining, we can go through it. But yeah, man, let's dive straight into the games. We got lots of games to kind of go through. We've got Palace, Tottenham, Chelsea, Brentford, Arsenal, Sheffield, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, and ultimately Man United, Man City, where we will start right now. LB, man, this is me versus you. This is you versus the world, because guess what? Man United are absolutely diabolical. Like, there's no turning up when it comes to situations. But if there is one time to turn it around, some people will say, what's the point of parking the bus or whatever counter-attacking system when it's not progressive? What do you think is going to happen on Sunday? Because you're in good form. You've got Rodri back. Grealish looks phenomenal. Rico Lewis has probably got... ultimately, Pep Guardiola's got a headache.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. No, listen, I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think United have to sit back. I think you have to play Ollie ball tactics because, you ought to take us on. I think that's a very, very brave move. You've got some decent pace on the wings, Garnacho, Rashford. And I think... Well, pace-wise, I suppose.
I mean, we might not even have Garnacho after this weekend.
Very true. Yeah. I've seen that, actually. That's a bit of a madness. Never stops raining at your football club, does it? You know what I mean?
Man.
It's pretty mad as well, because, given your stadium leaks, the amount of rain is madness. But, yeah, listen, I just think it's going to be an interesting game. I think United are going to have to sit back and just try and get us on the counter-attack. And I think that the game will be played similar to how it was last year. The difference is last year, City's defence couldn't move the ball forward because we had no players that could move the ball forward. We had Cancelo left back, we had Ake and Akanji and Kyle Walker. None of them but players, really. Akanji's a little bit better at it, but he was still early in his career at that point. This year, it's going to be different. We're going to have Gavardio who can transition the ball up the pitch. John Stones, Ruben Diaz, 3 players who are much better than the other 3 at being able to transition that ball up the pitch. So what ended up happening last year, I can't remember if it was Bernardo Silva or Gundogan, but one of them kept on dropping deep to try and pick up the ball off the defence, leaving Kevin De Bruyne completely isolated. And
Fred was doing a job on him.
Well, yeah, doing a job. You can say doing a job, but the fact is he was the only one there that could possibly actually get the ball, and he was isolated up there, so we couldn't move the ball. This time it should be different. Obviously, we don't have Kevin De Bruyne, but we should have 2 players in an advanced position, which should make it a little bit easier for us. But listen, I think City will win this game. I'm confident with our defence that we'll go on and win the game, and that's meant because these next 2 weeks are a big 2 weeks. Obviously, Arsenal played Sheffield United on Saturday. They're going to win that game. But then they play Newcastle away next week. I know they've got some injuries, but we play Bournemouth. So that could be potentially a weekend where City could sort of gain some points on Arsenal, maybe create a little bit of a gap. But obviously it starts this weekend. But to be honest, bro, I'm confident. I mean, I was confident last year, but I'm almost more confident this year.
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at the Premier League table, and it's this is how things can change in an instant, right? You're on second place, and I know it doesn't mean much, but Aston Villa are 2 points behind you. Liverpool are only 1. Arsenal joint points, and Tottenham could legit go 5 points clear after Palace today. If you lose, you'll be 5th place. And this is what it means. Pressure. After Saturday, there'll be pressure. There'll be moments. Players will be thinking about it. But if there's any team that's going to be the best under pressure, it's going to be Manchester City. Ches, let me ask you, man. Do you think, like yourself, you had a lot of hope for Chelsea against Arsenal? Do you think there's any way that Man United can maybe nick something and upset them?
Listen, I'll be honest, I don't think it's that comparable. The reason why is because Chelsea were actually playing good prior to the Arsenal game. It wasn't like we were losing games and there wasn't like a style of play and no players knew what they were doing. The players knew what they were doing. It's just the execution up front wasn't there. If we scored the chances against Villa and Nottingham Forest, we're talking about a very different Chelsea season. So going into the Arsenal game, Chelsea in good form, we're playing decent football, scored a lot of goals. That's why Chelsea fans have a lot of optimism. In the end, we still got something out of the game, even though we should have won. With Man United now, you man aren't playing well. There's not really a style of play. Players looking disjointed. You've got man getting gassed over beating Copenhagen and all that. Like it's not looking great.
It's called Copium. Yeah.
Bro, Copium, literally Copium Hagen, bruv. So that's why it's not looking good, bruv. But I'll tell you now, it's not impossible you get a result out of Man City, but how they played the other day, the way they played last week, and they'd be churning out results, playing better football than before, start of the season. I can't see the same sort of optimism as like Chelsea fans would have against Arsenal. It's just not the same. I understand if you think you can get something in the game when you're counter-attacking football, but is your defence going to withstand their attack if you man sit back? And then if you do sit back, are you going to bypass the defence? With Diaz is probably going to play, Walker's probably going to play, Stones is probably going to play. Are you going to get on the ball much? And even if you do get on the ball and counter-attack, is Rashford in great form? No. So like, the footballing-wise and brain-wise is telling you it's going to be pause. It's going to be like a Man United loss.
Yeah, so what you're saying is the only way for Man United to win is if Man City are not on.
If they don't turn up.
If they don't turn up, basically.
If they do a Wolves and they're firing blanks and they're not, they get back into that dusty form there was in the LB start of the season where it weren't like the most scintillating football. It weren't great. Obviously, you lost against Wolves. You lost it again after that as well against Arsenal. That was a poor game overall.
Would you say form and derbies go out the window though? Things change.
To a certain degree, like for example, with Everton, Liverpool, I'm not going to say you guys are that disparity, but like Everton are that bad that even if they do turn up, Liverpool should still be expected to win. And Man City,
they kind of got away with one Liverpool, you could say. I think even James Redmond said it himself as well. Like Konate should have got sent off and stuff like that. It could have went that way. Decisions, right? LB like last year, like the correct decision. That went Man United in favor. Maybe that's all Man United need is one dodgy decision, and that's it.
No, bro, 100%. It doesn't look like you man can't get a draw or win. You're at home at the end of the day, under the lights, bro. You man need to turn up. You can't be getting smacked at home against Man City, no matter what circumstances are. 100%. But footballing wise, logical wise, form wise, yes, you man are picking up wins, but you're not playing well like, at all.
The thing is as well, Cass. Yeah, just quickly on that, bro. You saying about City could end up in what 4th, 5th, whatever. I mean, you guys don't win. You could potentially be 10th.
The thing is, the difference is we're not trying to win no league. Like we're not going to win.
Yeah,
no.
No. It's not about winning the league, bro. It's about waking up in the morning and feeling like you can go and see your mates without getting absolutely ripped.
I don't have that enthusiasm towards Man United like other fans would. Some people call it negative, but I'm just trying to be balanced and realistic about the situation. I just don't see how Man United win this game. The only way I see it is if they adopt last year's type of philosophy, right? Counter-attack. That's the only way. When we see Man United play against even Copenhagen, even Brentford, actually not really too much Brentford. There's other games as well, like I think there was a goal against Burnley. It's always through a transitional period. That's where Man United look good. But the only difference is Rashford's not on goal-scoring form. You know, Garnacho not on goal scoring form. Literally, them chances he tucks away. Højlund is like he's getting fed scraps. Is he going to get that one chance that's going to put it back in the net? Again, questions. Anthony as well. Anthony likes to go with a big game. Weirdly enough, it's weird to say about it. He scored against Arsenal, Barcelona. He scored against Man City, etc., right? But no one believes in this guy. Like I don't believe in the midfield. It looks so disjointed. We're playing a new formation. The formation is legit called 3-0-6-1.
Bruv, you know how
you gonna play that against City?
You can't. But I'll ask you, how did you feel after the Arsenal game? Did you think you played? Because I'm gonna use that response.
Yeah, but I said that. But the thing is, the Arsenal game was. You mean the Man United Arsenal game?
Well, right? When you lost, I know you lost the way you lost. Do you
but
think that the way you played was acceptable, or would you say like
that's something I can get behind? But that Arsenal game was how many weeks ago? LB, what, six weeks ago, something like that?
Yeah, it was a while. Wasn't it?
It's a while ago, and we've had games at home, and we've had games away, and I haven't seen that. And maybe different is Arsenal come to attack. I don't know how because Man City are going to come to attack, so I don't know what Man United's plan is going to be. But I'm looking at Ten Hag, and you can't. LB can see it when D joins, when myself or whoever it is that will be here to talk to me about Manchester United. It's the same questions over and over again. What is Ten Hag going to do? No one knows. Who is he going to set up in the midfield? No one knows. The only thing that's concrete is the back line and who's in goal. Even up front, who knows who's going to be up there? Is it going to be Rashford? Is it going to be Bruno on the right, or is it going to be Anthony? Højlund given? Is Marcel going to get given a chance? See, this is what I'm saying. I can't even predict what he's going to do. On my LB, it might end up being Scott McTominay and Casemiro, and I don't know, Ericsson. And you're like, how does that work? Do you know what I mean?
This is what I'm saying about Ten Hag. He's just winging it from game to game. You know what I mean? Like he's in a short-term bad situation where it's results driven. He doesn't have the time now, because last year was the time to implement a process, to maybe take a few bad results. But United fans can clearly see the direction of the football club, the direction of the style of play, the personnel on the pitch, the way that they can attack, but the way that they might also be vulnerable. Why? Because he's 18 months into a job. This should all have been ironed out by now. So Ten Hag now is focused purely on results, and if that means he has to play the team in a horrible way to try and get a result, that's what he's got to do. Because ultimately, people can say what they want, but he has to get results. He's under pressure. United at 8, man.
LB, this weekend is a perfect opportunity to do that. Go back to last season's formation. Go back to that style of play against Man City, the better team, the one of the best attacking teams in Europe. That's where you should be doing that style of play you did last year. Don't do this attacking thing and get picked apart and do another 7-0. Like that can't happen again. That was already embarrassing last season. You can't be doing that again. So, in my opinion, Kaz, I'll give you your question marks. What the hell is he going to do? The logical thing he should do is go back to what he was doing last season, sit back and play that football. Because right now, you bring in players, yes, they're injured and whatever, but I'm not seeing anything with my eyes. Like against Sheffield United, that was crap. Like, yes, you cut punch them a few times, second half, and you could have scored a few chances with Garnacho, I remember, Rashford, whatever. But bro,
yeah.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. Look, see, the thing is, this is where this is the difficult part is for me. Is it better for Man United to try a style out against even Man City and go off of that long term and build off of a style, or is it worth it getting the points on the board to just play the same way we did last year with no progression out of that way? Look, D can tell you, D was here last week and the week before that. He even allude to when he does end up speaking about what is the style of play, how is it going to be. But the whole point is there's nothing to go off of. Even if is it really worth parking the bus to get a result, or is it worth trying to implement something and go off that, even if it means losing? Because you know what, this is notion that Man United fans are patient, but guess what? That's fake. No one knows patience, right? No one can wait. No one can handle losing against City, even if it meant something long term. About half the fan base would crucify it, but with me, I wouldn't. But if you're gonna lose and play haram football, then that's it. And I don't see a vision. What's there to get behind on that notion? I want to try to be positive and think about the way City play and the way we're going to try to play. In my opinion, I feel like we can get a result, but I'm not enthusiastic about it, because even if we do get a result against City, I'll be buzzing. But deep down, I'm not buzzing, because it's like I don't know what I'm going to see next game. That's the part, and that's gonna. And next game will be Newcastle. What are you saying, D? Anyways, man. By the way,
I'm good. My bad for being late.
You're joining bottom of the table in the predictions, by the way. Just letting you know.
Oh, okay. That's good. I was gonna ask you about the predictions because I forgot the predictions that I made, but yeah, look, with Man United, I hate where you're coming from, Cass, in terms of like the patience of the fans. But I think the fans would be patient if there was something to look forward to. Like your style of play right now, I don't know what it is, and I genuinely don't, and I don't think a lot of people don't as well. Maybe some tactical gurus can give us numbers and show us the graphs and all of that. But when you watch a team play, normally you can tell how they are, like what type of football they're trying to play. And Man United is just it's terrible football, and it doesn't win you games. It doesn't add up. Like if you was playing some decent football and at least had possession side of the game, and was creating chances but was unlucky to finish your chances, then you'll say fair enough. You're creating chances, you're unlucky. But Man United, they've been a shambles. They've been a shambles all season long. It's been a massive surprise, especially how you were last season in terms of getting results and stuff. But against City, I'll be honest, I wouldn't even try to play fancy football. I'll go with the football that's most effective to go and get a result. I think that should be it, because right now it's a case of getting results for United rather than trying to implement a style of play against City. I think that's one of the worst teams to try and experiment against, because they will absolutely thrash you if they find a weakness in that. So yeah, I think Man United are just stuck in crossroads. I don't think they know what they're doing. On the pitch, off the pitch, you don't know what's going on with your owners. 25% for Sir Jim. What's that going to mean for the football operations? When is that going to start? When is that going to
if it's ever going to start? There's new news on Independent saying if he doesn't get the notion of a full takeover, he's going to back out.
Which that's what I'm saying. There's too many problems with United. And I've said this for ages. Like for United to reach to the levels that they need to reach to, they need to first of all sort out the in-house business that's been going on for ages, and that's the Glazers. Sort it out. What are you actually trying to do?
You know, the one thing I don't want to do though is dive into this back end of the Glazers and all that kind of stuff. I want to talk about the game, or more or less what we're going to see on the pitch. Wherever's going behind, we can have a conversation about that all day. But on the pitch is, I think City just coming to the right time and the right moment for them, because even their fringe players are playing good. The fringe players, when I say fringe players or squad players, even I could say, like I said, Rico Lewis balled out. What, mate? I think he might be an underrated gem. I don't think he's rated enough, if anything. A fullback that can play centre mid and even higher up and still create a chance, mate. For me, that's an underrated gem, right? Who else played it? They rested Bernardo Silva, I believe. I believe they rested Foden. They rested Stones.
Diaz.
They rested Diaz, and they rested is it Alvarez or was it somebody else?
Alvarez, yeah.
Alvarez, that's 5. This is what's so good about Man City, and it's hard to sit here and give you a lot of compliments, but what kind of channel would we be, especially one our own with a City, without giving it props? There's nothing to give Man United props. The only thing I give back Copenhagen at that game is second half turned up a little bit more. You finally play the football in the midfield. You got the ball ticking, whoop-de-doo. For the third time in a row, you bring on Eriksen and we play better football. You had some moments you could have buried the game. But is it good enough to get the game against Manchester City? They could be 2-0 up here after 25, 30 minutes, potentially. You've got Harry Maguire at the back. There's no Lissandro this time. There's no Luke Shaw at this time. There's no Wan-Bissaka, your lock-up merchant this time. You barely got a fit Varane in the side. You got Onana who's had a good moment. And Onana's had a good moment. So...
It must be difficult, man. Because
it's hard to talk about. If I'm being honest, it's hard to talk about, because the more I talk about it and the more I'm trying to find something, I'm thinking, mate, the greatest legend of English football, in my opinion, passed away, innit? and you want to do him dirty with a performance, and this is the derby that comes up on the weekend of the Premier League. Do him some justice. Francis League, Manchester City. Let's go. Like it's stuff like Kathy Ferguson. It's all happened so much. See a Manchester, you'd be buzzing, but as a Man United fan, you're not buzzing. You're more in mourning still than being buzzing and excited for the future and stuff like that. It's crazy, anyways.
You can still beat City though, Kaz. You can still beat City. I mean, we've done it in the past.
I've had enough.
It's doable. And you, for example, this is a derby. This is where you look at the players more than anything. You look at the players and you look at who actually cares for this club. Who wants to step up to the plate? Who wants to perform in these big games?
You said who? Let me ask LB, even for himself. And by the way, this is Ches, if you haven't met him yet. Chelsea fan. Bro. Who? Give me some names. I'm gonna wait because we're gonna talk on Sunday 3:30 p.m. Right? Give me some names. Who?
You said they can win. You haven't said how. Like, how are they gonna win that? Like, who's actually gonna like take the game and be like, yeah, this is me.
There's only one name I've got in there. I've got one name.
I got one name.
One name, and I know you're gonna say the same name.
What was the question?
Who's gonna step up
to like take the game and go, yeah, this is me. Like, I know what I'm doing in my role.
I got one name.
I got one name, but I reckon United fans might cook me for it. But I'm going to say it anyway.
Oh no, this is a different name.
I'm saying.
One sec, I need to check something.
Yeah, if there's one name that's going to do something potentially, it's Rasmus Højlund. That's the only one that shows.
That wasn't my guy.
I think it's going to be. That.
Say then?
My guy was actually Casemiro, because I know obviously people say he's not been very good this year, but he is one of your most experienced players. He's been in around big games. Defensively, it can help you solidify, but the guy actually scores goals and scores some big goals as well. So he can help you guys at both end of the pitch. But you know what's funny? You know the Højlund thing. I've said to you before on this channel that United for me are basically just hoping and praying that Rasmus Højlund bangs this year because you know what I mean. Like it's one of them. Ultimately, you can play shit, right? But if you have, it's like Tottenham probably had the same thing we can. You can play dead, and we'll have it with Haaland. You can play dead football, but ultimately, if you just get a ball into the striker and your striker's clinical and you can score goals, you win games that you don't deserve to win. Did we deserve to win all the games last year that we won? Probably not. Haaland just scored fucking load of goals. You know what I mean? And it was the same with Kane. It was the same with Benzema, same with Ronaldo, Messi. If you have players that can score, they can get you out of the shit. And that's why I always say the most important thing for relegated, promoted clubs is to get a sixth striker because they'll win you games that you shouldn't really win. That's Burnley's problem, really. United need Rasmus Højlund to cook, which is a little bit unfair on him, really, because he's coming in with a lot of pressure. It's a big money transfer, and he probably needs a season to just adapt to the Premier League. Unfortunately, United kind of need him to just hit the ground running, though.
I think he's already adapted. I think physicality-wise, he's adapted. His movement's already good in the round. He's just not getting fed. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I just don't think the players have adapted to him. And I don't think there's no style of any sort to adapt to him. I think he's already adapted. I just think it's a shit show of moments. And moments, unfortunately, are hit and miss because it's just a moment and not a one-on-one. How many one-on-ones have we've seen with Rasmus Højlund in on goal? None. They're always some sort of back post and he's sliding or some shit like that, which he should score, to be fair, in some of them moments. But is he going to get another one? Probably won't see it for another 70 minutes of a game. But anyways, I'm going to move on to the predictions because we've got other games to talk about as well. This ain't the Man United Man City preview. There's going to be a lot of talk around it tonight, tomorrow, and probably on Rivals when Ty ultimately gets cooked by Gunnar Lee, Monson, and so forth and so forth. But yeah, man. LB, what's your prediction?
My prediction is I think City will get the W. I don't really care what score it is, so long as we win.
Well, you will, because I've decided to put there's a cash prize, ultimately obviously renovated through the YouTube, and whoever wins it will win it. There's no one has to bet no money, nothing like that, nothing.
Oh, when was this a thing? I need to take this seriously.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said to him before. You know what I mean?
I just made this up on the spot.
I said last week we're going to start doing predictions. I'm going to start tabling up, right? And then now I said, you know what? To make it more interesting, let's just see. There's a prize at the end of it, and that's that.
Okay. All right. LB, you can go first.
Well, I reckon City 3, United 0.
All right, cool. I'll take that.
Wait, is that what you're saying as well, D?
No. I'm saying 3-1.
3-1.
Yep.
Ches, I know you're not in the league, but you can add your 2 pence, obviously.
No cap. I was going to say 3-1. I think Man United will score first.
Just for the sake of backing Man United, I'm going to say 1-1.
That's back in Man United. That's crazy, man.
I can't say. How can I predict a win? How can I predict a win? How shameless do I have to be to predict a win in this scintillating, absolutely shocking football form? Garbage.
Narrowly beating Sheffield United, Copenhagen.
Yeah, Copenhagen. Yeah. Jiminy Schumann Zuho says thoughts on Jamie Carragher saying Ten Hag ball is horrible and boring like Oli and Mourinho's, hoping Man United win. As a Spurs fan, I agree. Like, we're just talking about it for the last, you could say 25 minutes. Obviously, we've been talking about it. You can't say there's no difference, because there is no difference. There's either defensive football or there's counter-attacking football. If it relates to one way or Mourinho's or Ollie's, it's kind of the same. There's moments, but they all both, you could say both managers, Ollie and Mourinho, had moments where it looked like it was good in some games, but not all games, not consistent enough. Hopefully that article gets to Ten Hag's brain, because mate, you're supposed to be a coach. What are you coaching? Anyways, trust in Maguire, innit? Slabhead's gonna score. Just let it be icing. It will
put your face everywhere, bro.
You know what it is with Maguire? If he scores, let's say, a winning goal, it won't piss us off more. It will piss City fans off more, innit?
Why are we not talking about Rashford like at all? I know he's been awful.
Trust me,
he hasn't been to the levels he should be. Like, Rashford is a player that should be stepping up, Cas, now. Like, especially United boy.
I've been very vocal about. I'm at the end of the season, I'm selling him. Personally, selling him.
But in these games, he should be stepping up though. Like, we're talking about Casemiro. Casemiro's still a winner. He's played in big games. But Rashford, when you're talking about the Manchester derby, I think if anyone in that squad should be known about it, should be him. And he's shown it in the past. Like, at games, you can switch up and get on talent. So I think these are the type of games where Rashford comes out and proves everyone wrong. Like, he should be.
Nah, but do you know what it is as well? It's what Ten Hag's telling him to do, though, isn't it? He's telling him to do a different kind of role. If it was the Rashford of just be clinical, get in the box, do finish, skill me, whatever, shoot, bang, goal, different. But he's told to play make. He's told to and he's not that kind of player.
Yeah. So if the player can't do the role that's required, sell him.
100%.
So that's the way I look at it. Moving on, we've got next up is we've got Arsenal, Sheffield United. We've got, if you didn't know, Thomas Partey and apparently Jesus are out for weeks. Several weeks, apparently. Someone said several weeks. That I don't see, but the thing is, Arteta is a world-class liar. He's a world-class liar.
He'll be starting next game.
So who knows what's going to be the case, if they're going to start next game, be on the bench, or even be back next week. I think Arsenal got a decent run as well. I think they got, even just bar Newcastle and stuff, I think they got an okay run. So they shouldn't miss them too much. But against Sheffield United at home, Arsenal, Ches, man, talk to me. Why are you nodding? Why are you doing your head like that, man? It's such a favourable game.
They get that game after their last two games. Do
not lose, Arsenal fans. You must.
Yeah,
no, not even you must. If they don't get at least 2-3 past them, clean sheet, I'm raising my eyebrows massively, bro. Come on, man. This Sheffield United at home, brush.
Arsenal versus Sheffield, I'm thinking FPL, I'm thinking Saka, I'm thinking Martinelli.
Bro, Odegaard's going to stat pad himself into good form again. I'm telling you, bro. 3 goals, 2 assists, save.
If you're an Arsenal fan right now, you must be licking your lips at this sort of fixture, man. It's a good way to get, you could say, after a very good result against Sevilla, you could say it could actually get some players in some decent form and a decent run of performance as well. What are you saying, D, man? Saka, Martinelli, it's stat padding.
This game, let's be honest. Like, this game, there isn't. It's like Arsenal versus Sheffield United. You expect them to win. It should be comfortable as well. Like, we're talking about Saka, Odegaard. No one really needs to step up. They just need to be themselves. Like, that will get the job done against Sheffield United. People talk about Luton. People talk about other teams, but Sheffield United have been the worst team in the Prem so far. Like, they are. We faced them as well. They weren't that great. They got smoked by Newcastle 8-0 only a few games ago. So, look, this is going to be... It should be an easy win for Arsenal. Like, if they don't win, then they might as well call it a day. They might as well just let it go, like, forfeit other fixtures. Because if they're serious, they win this game. The Chelsea game is a hiccup. Like, that surprised me a lot. Because, yes, they got a point against Chelsea, but that performance was dreadful for like majority of the game until Sanchez gave the ball to them. And Arsenal need to come to this game, do the job, 3-4-0. And yeah, like
Well,
that's
to be fair to Sheffield, away from home, they actually gave Tottenham a very good game right to the very end. They defended well on the day. Against Man United as well, obviously, whatever, Newcastle battered them, anomaly, whatever you want to call it. Look, Man City, they defended very well as well. Goalkeeping wise, they've done very well there. Man United, they defended very, yeah, I hear it, but did they put it in the back of the net, or was that prevention as well at the same time? Like just little things, just positioning can knock someone's chance. I know they got battered all over the pitch by Man City, but the whole point is they still nearly got the job done, and that's Man City we're talking about. Now, if we go again, Man United, they did defend very well. They got unlucky. They got done by a great Delo goal at their own gaff. But if we're going to think about it, maybe a bit more credit to Sheffield that, on the day, again, they could give them Arsenal a tough test. We think this might be 4-5-0, but in reality, it could be 2-0, maybe 1-0.
It should be a clean sheet, yeah, but that's the thing. A clean sheet should be there. Like that, if they don't have a clean sheet against Sheffield United, then that's poor in itself because they have had a few dodgy moments this season. Even though like they've had the cities, they've at home, I think it was like Forest, etc. Like they've had a few weird games, especially at home. So it should be a clean sheet. It should be a convincing performance. Let's just say that then. And at the end of it, they should be winning. And I think if they do win, 100%. If they keep a clean sheet and the performance is solid, then I don't think many people could play. Because as you said, City, yes, they beat Sheffield United, and they create lots of chances. But on the day, you can have them days where you just not finish your chances. But for Arsenal, like they will be winning this game. Like there's no way on earth they don't beat Sheffield United. If they don't, we will be here.
If you look at Arsenal's recent games, they've always conceded some sort of goal at home. Other than Man City, where they played a little bit different, you can go look at other games if you want to. Look, right, evidence is right there, numbers are right there. They do concede. I'm not saying Sheffield have any chance of beating them. I think there's a 10% chance Sheffield could win. 10%, maybe even less, 7%.
Yes, I'll go like 5%.
I think LB, don't you? This is going to be a walkover, isn't it? It's like Martinelli's. It's got Martinelli written all over this. There's no doubt about it.
It ain't looking good, bruv, for Sheffield United, mate. Like they just look like a championship side, don't they? You know what I mean? They ain't made that step up. And for Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal have played particularly well this game, this season, bar a few games this year. Bournemouth, PSV. But every other game I've watched Arsenal, I don't think they've looked particularly great. And you are right, their home form, they have conceded a few goals as well. So, maybe there could be a shock, but realistically, I'm going for like a 4-0 Arsenal winner. I think it'll be an easy game.
Is that an early prediction?
Early prediction, man. I'm going to go 4-0, yeah. I think so.
I'm going to go with, you know what? I'll do the next one because these bottles at the start, just like his club, which got slapped up by
my club, bro. You'd think bro. It's not 2010.
Bro. You
2023. Remember you sport.
See, this guy loves to bite. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think they get a clean sheet. I'm gonna say 3-0. I think 3-0. Yeah, 3-0. 3-0 for me.
1-0, 2-0. Nah, come on. All right, I'll go with 2-0. I'll go 2-0.
2-0. There's a lot more tighter game according to you. D, walkover.
Yeah, let's just say 2-0, man. You never know. I don't know with Arsenal.
Yeah, Ches.
3-0, man. Solid win.
Easy, man. This is easy. Let's actually talk about your club, Ches. Chelsea versus Brentford. This is
a mid-table clash. That's what we're talking about.
Another London, West London derby, you could say, if you want to call it that. I don't think it is. It's just a clash between Chelsea and Brentford. Yeah. You typically do all right against them, actually, in hindsight. They're not in great form. But I think, this one here, yeah?
Sticky.
This one here is a lot different to the Arsenal game. Chelsea can prove they can play against big boys, right? Which is fair play. But this game, you need those 3 points. If you get a draw, it goes back to getting disrespected all over again. Don't you think?
Bro, it will be just like last season. Like it will literally be just last season where like you have a decent performance, bad performance, decent performance, bad performance. But at the end of the day, the decent performances aren't even wins, they're draws. And you're still mid-table. Like I looked at it just now. If we win, we're only on 15 points. That's the same as you. So we can't actually afford to drop points here. We actually have to win. And I don't know about you, man. Like, I'm confident we'll win, but like, I haven't been
You'll
shown
win, bro.
I haven't been shown anything this season to show me like we're guaranteed to win. Like, I'm sitting here going,
no, there's no guarantees in
saying,
football, bro. But like, I think Chelsea are turning a corner, man. I think,
Yeah.
I do. I think you guys need to. I think maybe you've still got a little bit of PTSD through what's happened over the last 18 months. But you know, from people from the outside, you know what I mean, who don't have that emotional damage, I think there's light at the end of the tunnel for Chelsea. And you know, I think you've been playing well in quite a lot of games this year. Maybe been unfortunate in a few of them that you've not got the wins. I thought you was excellent against Arsenal. Excellent. And you know, you win this game, you got 15 points, and you go, well, yeah, that's the same as United. But all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Some of the teams above them will probably drop points. You know, you're closing on that gap on 5th spot. I think Chelsea still have an outside chance of finishing 5th.
They do, because if you look at your fixtures,
I hear that.
You know why as well, Ches. Like away from the Brentford game, the Arsenal game makes everyone think different, and I think even D said it was a surprise, right, against Arsenal, like the whole thing. But when you come up against your Newcastle, you got Man United. I'm going to that game. You Man City and stuff like that. You don't expect to win them games, but the bigger games might actually be in your favor in this longer run, rather than playing the smaller sides that want to park the bus and you kind of find it a little bit more tricky. See, Brentford, I think you've got all the minerals to go and all the Johnny minerals to go and smash them proper Chelsea style. So I'm talking Cobham boys scoring the goals, but your defense is so good. Like I think your defense is very underrated, and I think this is where Brentford might find it a little bit of a struggle unless they find a moment. And I don't know if they're going to find a moment at Stamford Bridge. I'll be honest.
We said this last week, though, Kaz, for Chelsea Arsenal. Like, that's the thing. Like, Arsenal's defense were very solid against City. And then afterwards, they go face Chelsea. And Chelsea create more chances than expected. And then Chelsea start playing like how I expected Arsenal to be playing. So that's why I think this game goes to the narrative of what I said last week about Arsenal. How if you want to be serious about league title for Arsenal, they should have went out there and beat Chelsea, or even had a way better performance. That performance wasn't convincing. And I know they got a point out of it, but it wasn't. For Chelsea now, if they want to be a bit more serious, Brentford's a different type of challenge. Yes, you can beat Arsenal, but Brentford, they're probably going to play 5 at the back. Can you get the job done there? I think this game will be a bit tighter than people expect.
I've got another question for LB then, as it goes. So we saw the false nine in Cole Palmer. We saw Mudryk, who gave quite a professional performance. Not the greatest, not the worst, but he done what was required. Got a goal, even if it was fluky. Then Raheem Sterling. Would you keep that front three in, or would you like? Do you think Nico Jackson might or Broyo might be more suited?
If it was me, I'd
They played back five, by the way.
Yeah. Nah, I'd probably just keep it, because I think Chelsea, they need to at some point get a regular starting at 11. And I ain't sold on this Jackson fella personally. You know what I mean? I know he's had a few good moments and that, but based on the little I've seen of him this year, because obviously I don't watch every Chelsea game, I think you know what I mean, I don't think he's fully there, man. I like the other players that you just mentioned, but listen, I agree with what you said earlier, Kaz. I think this could be a proper Chelsea. And but yeah, I keep it. Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's a mint player, man. You know what I mean? It wound me up last year when City fans were telling me that he was shit. It was just like, bro, I watched this guy. Nonsense, man. Bro, I watched this guy since he's like 16 in the academy, growing up, right? And he's a right winger, but he can also play in the midfield. But when he plays in midfield, he needs a fast right winger to get him behind. And last year, whenever we played him in the attacking midfield, he played with Mahrez. So that was never going to work. He played 9 minutes right wing last year for City. 9. The rest was played left wing. Trust me, you don't want to see him play left wing. He's a top player. Like, I'm gutted he's gone. We got 45 mil for him, so it's not like the worst case scenario. But him, Sterling, I think Sterling's been good. I said this on another channel the other day, and people cut me for it. Like, I don't know why I was getting cooked. I've seen Sterling quite a few times this year, and he's been good. Like, don't get me wrong, he'll miss easy chances. That is Sterling.
Yeah,
he's got that bozo gene, but ultimately, like, he is a good player. And him and Palmer seem to have a good little connection as well.
Yeah, I hate man is saying about the front three against Arsenal. Play very well. Like, for some reason, Potts changed it. He thought, let's go with Palmer in that 9 position, false 9 position. It kind of worked. We managed to. Mudryk was helping out defensively, but against Brentford, to be a very different test, and we're going to need people to be more clinical in this game. Definitely, we need man to pick up that lock of Brentford and then start to play. So that's why I'm not coming into this like, yeah, I hate you man the saying from the outside, but for me, PTSD from last year. I need to see us win our last 4 games with 3 wins and a draw. I need to get another win this game be competitive next week. I don't want to see it be in and out.
Yeah, I hear it.
You need
If
to
we
win
get
the
some
game.
positives, we get some positives. The Sassy fit now. Chukwuemeka, I believe he should be more available. I think he's available.
I think he's available. I just check.
I think he's available. I need to check the Pochettino conference, but I saw a tweet saying Chukwuemeka. What else is there? Obviously, Mudryk find better form. Reece James more minutes to potentially might be a decent game for him because he won't need to not need to defend as much. Might suit him a little bit. Malagusto back fine form, etc. And then obviously whatever Cole Palmer is obviously the massive positive and overall. Not much really else to go for that game, but predictions, Ches, you can start this one off.
Boy, I'm gonna say back my team 2-0.
2-0.
Proper Chelsea.
D
2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 to the Chelsea. LB.
Ooh, 1-0 Chelsea.
Yeah.
Come on, lads, proper Chelsea.
Because
I just think Brentford is let's see it.
I'm going nil. Can't lie. As much as I want
We
to
have a
back
stinky record against them, We have a stinky record against them.
I'm gonna go nil. I'm going 0-0.
No. So after all this Chelsea hype,
I just remember they play a back five and they play horrible ball and Ben.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be back five.
So I could be wrong. It will either be for me. It'll be 1-0 or 0-0. I'm gonna back to 0-0.
Yeah.
I think
if Chelsea get early goal, then that's a difference maker. But if they don't, then I just
want you not to lose. That's or draw or drop points, obviously. So in case we do, and then obviously Monster's not here. Ty has predicted 2-0 in that game. Ty predicted 4-0 Arsenal, Sheffield, and he predicted United to lose 2-1. Yeah, moving on. Before we talk about the Tottenham game, which I'll leave till last for you, D. Anyways, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. This should be the easiest conversation of our lifetimes.
Nah,
I don't think so, man.
I think other games are easier than this.
Forest have been all right this season, man. I think they've been really unlucky this year, Forest. I really do. Only one loss in the last 5, Cass. Yeah, I mean, they should have beat you. They were really unlucky against Arsenal. I think Liverpool will probably win it, but I think it could be tough. It might be similar to like the Wolves game. Remember when they played Wolves? Kind of scraped through that one.
But not even that. Liverpool didn't play that well against Everton. Let's not kid ourselves. Salah was crap. Yes, you got 2 goals, but they weren't great.
But we were just saying Liverpool, like Derby, is a bit different. But we're talking about Anfield. They just smashed Toulouse, 5-1. They don't stop. If it's going to be some sort of deficit, it's always a 2-0 deficit in there, whether it's 2-0 or 3-1, if not more. I think this is too much. I think this is going to be too much for them, for Forest. I know we can think about Forest away from home. They're not even literally the greatest. They had good result nearly against us and nearly against Chelsea, but you can say we're garbage at that point, and some of us still are.
Forest are dangerous players, by the way.
They do.
Hudson-Odoi, I think Hudson-Odoi has been solid for them. Elanga, Sangare in midfield as well. They got a decent squad this year.
I believe that as well. But we're talking about Liverpool at Anfield here.
Liverpool are still favourites, of course. But like Forest, I think there's easier games this weekend for the top sides than it is for Liverpool against Forest. I think Liverpool against Forest will be more tricky.
But you know what it is? I think what Kaz's angle is more like Liverpool's perspective, as in they're in a good run of form, and they'll be looking at this game like if we can win this week, next week, they're looking like a serious team going into Christmas. So, in Liverpool's perspective, they should be looking to keep this train moving. And I just personally think, in my opinion, Forest actually played well against them last season at Anfield. They were unlucky that game, and this game I don't think will be a pushover thing. I actually think they'll hold their own, whether they win or not. Or draw.
Is that Anfield or Forest?
No, it's at Anfield.
Anfield.
Okay.
But Forest didn't play badly last year at Anfield, though.
I feel like there's been a lot of games at Anfield recently.
Yeah. It's like they ain't leaving the ground.
Legit.
I don't know who's made the pictures, but yeah. In terms of prediction, I think Liverpool have too much class, but I think it should be. Is it 3 p.m.?
Yes, I believe it. I think it is. I believe it is.
Okay, yeah. No,
it's at
the Europa League track,
2 p.m. on Sunday.
2 p.m. Sunday.
2 p.m. Sunday. Sorry. Yeah, there
West Ham Everton's 1 p.m. That's weird. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll go like 3-1 Liverpool. But Forest, hats off to Forest this season. They have been quietly good. They're building a squad as well, like a proper squad.
Yeah, better. Yeah, I would say so as well. I can't look. Quick one though, man. I don't think Salah gets enough flowers. You know that, and it tears me to kind of say as a United as direct rivals, but I think he's been the best player in the season this year, and this is why I don't. As much as I want to give Forest all the respect I can give them, the man's inevitable, man.
Yeah, even like assists. Like
it's goals. It's another. I think he's on course for having his best season if he keeps up this run that he's doing. By the way,
because of his playmaking as well as his goals. I think. Look, there was talks about Salah leaving in the summer, and I was one of those saying, "Well, if they offer 150, 200, like that is just wild money. You just have to take it." But like, you understand the importance of him. He's not the youngest player now. He's in his prime, but he's still delivering. Well. In fact, you can make the argument that his all-round game is like his playmaking. He knows when to make the pass, to get assists. He knows when to shoot, to get the goal. Like this season, he's having a very, very good season so far. Like
the only way Forest can get joy is through, again, it's like Man United versus, it's through counter-attack, through Elanga, through Awani.
They have got the players for that.
Gibbs White.
They got Gibbs White and stuff like that, and maybe not having a DMF, but they got another man that stepped up recently, Gravenberch. Endo looks garbage, don't get me wrong. So Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai looks like it's going to be there free, and then Trent inverts. I just think it's going to be way too much because I don't believe in their midfielder Forest to even get. Like, where's Sangare? Is he still injured? Yep, I think he is. So they're gonna have that Yates and somebody else, man. I just don't see it. Anyway, I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool personally.
Yeah, same. Put me down as 3-1 as well because I just think Liverpool have the quality, but Forest, if on their day they could cause one or two scary moments for Liverpool.
Hopefully that's the case. Yeah. What are you saying, LB?
2-1 Liverpool. I think they'll get the win, but I don't think it's going to be as clear as maybe you might think.
Easy. D, what are you saying? I mean, not D, Chez.
Yeah, I'll go 3-1 Liverpool. I think quality's there, but I think Forest give him a good game for that one for the money.
100%. Last game to talk about is the one that's tonight is involving your club. Coming off of an awful loss against Newcastle, Tottenham in scintillating form, top of the league, could go 5 points clear tonight. It's going to be a difficult one at Selhurst, man. You got into the game?
Yeah, of course. I'll be there. It should be. I'll be honest. It feels so weird, like on a Friday night, like the fact that Palace are playing in like what's it called, like 4 or 5 hours. I don't know. What is it?
Under the light.
Yeah, under the lights. I'll be honest. I said this against United as well. When you got spanked us 3-0 and we faced you the next game, I was expecting a reaction, and we got a reaction. I was not expecting a win, but we got that reaction, especially as defensively, right? And we managed to beat you 1-0. I'm not saying we're going to beat Tottenham, but I'm expecting another reaction. I don't think, well, hopefully not. If you don't consider early goal, I don't think it should be as easy as some point out to be. I think Tottenham's a fantastic side this season. And I think the biggest thing for them is that they've got momentum going. The fans, the manager, the players, they're all on the same page. And it seems like they're always looking forward to the next game. They're still unbeaten as well in the league. But they're going to have to drop points or, lose some way. But I don't think they're going to lose against us.
They beat you there last year when they were under contract.
They beat us there last year. And we still... Oh, yeah. Well, it was 0-0 up until half-time, I think. And then second half, it was about 4-0.
Harry Kane.
Yeah, I think that was Vieira tax. It might be Vieira tax. I can't remember if it was Vieira tax. But yeah, we haven't got the attackers. We still haven't got Eze. We still haven't got Elise. Doucouré's back and Lerma's back. They played against Newcastle. Bit rusty because of the injury, but I expect them to perform better. Joachim Andersen and Mark Gahey. Look, defensively, we just have to try to play for a point. We have to play for a point. We have to frustrate them. As good as Tottenham have been this season, even against Fulham, when Maddison and Son went off, you can tell like they haven't got the depth to match their quality. So it's a case of trying to hold them back as long as we can. Try to go into halftime 0-0. And second half, the game will open up even more. But the problem is we just haven't got that counter-attacking ability right now in our squad because we just haven't got attackers. France, who came on against Newcastle, he's a 19-year-old Brazilian player who's linked with Chelsea, Newcastle as well.
Shock.
Yeah, of course. and he actually looks solid. I doubt he starts in this game, but we're getting there. We just need Eze and Elise back. But today, sell us under the lights. I'm expecting a reaction, but I'm still
The
not hoping.
the palace. That's the way.
So
we get in line.
hopefully we can get a point out somewhere. But I'm still expecting defeat. To be fair.
Come on, Dig. Sing it
You're
with
right.
me. Get a result tonight, bro.
I need to say my voice. Because I'm gonna actually be there. I'm gonna be part of it. But yeah, literally, I think we'll get a point against them. But it's another, and it's not a free hit, but it's another game where the expectations ain't too high with the players that we've got available, especially in attack. Because our attack is one of the worst right now.
All I'm gonna say is for LB, anyways, that was cute from D. That was very cute. But they've got Basuma back. They've still got Maddison who's fit. They got Son who came off looking fit, goal scoring form as well, creating lots of chances. Away from home, though, I don't know what Spurs have been like away from home because I can't remember. All I remember is Brentford,
Against Brentford,
Bournemouth,
against Arsenal,
beat
Bournemouth,
They'd also put them in the Carabao Cup away from home.
But to be fair, they just about beat Luton. They did smack up Bournemouth.
Yeah, they smacked up Bournemouth, but Palace ain't Bournemouth, respectively. So I'm looking at their away form and
it's average.
Away, even against Luton Town, 1-0.
But then Basuma dived. Remember,
Burnley 5-2. Burnley, that might be an anomaly there, you could say, potentially. So yeah, on the road, maybe D, it might not be so cute. You might have a point.
Is Eze fit?
Nah.
But as well, looking at Palace, I think they've only lost one game at home all season. That was Arsenal.
And that was due to a penalty, isn't it?
That was a penalty as well. Yeah. So listen, I think Palace have a chance, a bit like Forest. I think Palace have a chance. Palace have a chance of getting something from this game. I think actually going on and winning it could be tricky for the points that D's mentioned.
Honestly, if we beat them with the
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
That'd be incredible.
But to say that they couldn't get a draw or maybe just nick a 1-0 from a set piece, something like that, I don't think that's ridiculous to say. I think for me, this is the 10th game, right? So Spurs win this. Yeah, I mean, I think they start to get a bit gassed. I know it's only Palace, no disrespect, D. But to be
smiling. Look, he's scared of your reaction, man. Look at this guy.
No. It's funny because the way that City beat us at Sellers Park last year was with a penalty as well, 1-0.
No, I didn't mean that. That came out wrong, D, man. I didn't mean to say that, bro. The disrespect was real there. I don't know, man. Just still 1-0 Spurs, man.
Oh, early prediction. Wait, what was your prediction, D?
I said on our channel, I said Spurs will beat us. But that reaction factor, I don't know. Hopefully, he doesn't bite me back. But I'm expecting a reaction, man. I'm sticking by that. That 4-0 Newcastle game, in a way, excites me for this game. It should be more devastating. But I know how Palace are. I know how they are.
So what are you saying?
I'm going to call, I said like 2.
You got your heart or your head?
You know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to go. I'll go 1-0 Spurs instead of 2-0 Spurs. I think it's getting tighter as the game is approaching. 2 days ago, it's 2-0 Spurs.
I really want to be edgy and say Tottenham are going to draw this game. I really do.
Oh, I would love it. That would be fantastic for us. That would be amazing.
I really want to be edgy about it, but I can just see 2-0. I'm going to have to say 2-0 Spurs, man. I'm going to have to say 2-0 Spurs. I've got no basis to go off of for Palace to even get a result, yet let alone keep the ball. So, but he said the core is back, Lerman's there. It could be hard, but I think if one goal goes in, that's it, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we don't concede early, then that's when the game gets interesting. But that's what happened against Newcastle. We conceded after like 4 minutes and then heads lost.
You know what? Tell a lie. You know what? Let's add on one more. Who've Newcastle got?
Newcastle this weekend. They've got Wolves.
You know what? Let me add that. I forgot. Let's put Newcastle into conversation. We don't have to talk about them too much.
I got a dip, Cass, so I'll just quickly say on that one. I think Newcastle will probably win the game. They need a bounce back, obviously, after the midweek Champions League. That was a bad result for them. I think that's difficult for them to qualify now for me because I think they've got to go Dortmund to win. But Wolves are another team that have actually done all right this year in a lot of the games and maybe haven't got the results that they deserve, man. But ultimately, I think Newcastle will get the W. I'll go 2-1 Newcastle on that, bro.
2-1. Well, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you pretty much summed it up. They need a bounce back after that. Travel down to Birmingham. Big up as well, LB. I'm going to finish this off now, anyways. D, what you saying, man? Quick ones.
Well, for Wolves,
Yeah.
Newcastle. I'll go 2-1 Newcastle.
2-1.
They've got injuries.
Oh, 2-1. I'm gonna go to wrap it with Ches. I'm gonna go 2-1 Wolves.
I'm gonna go 1-1. 1-1 Newcastle Wolves. Wolves have been decent.
Yeah.
They've got injuries, Newcastle. We'll
Yeah,
see
Wolves
how
have been decent.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm not
what I'm
gonna
thinking
say
of. I'm thinking of Isaac and what's the other one that
Even
got
Murphy went out injured as well.
Tonali's not there anymore.
Tonali is available for the game.
Oh, he is.
He's available, but they still got Jamie Lascelles and stuff. I think Wolves are decent. So I'm gonna say that because I could be very wrong, but we'll see anyways. But big up to D, big up to LB and Ches, and we'll be back later tonight at 10 o'clock. Talking about more stuff. So in
Come
a
on,
bit.
City. Come on. Let's
This-
go.
this-
Come on. Let's go, City.